3?
Yeah, she had, yes. I read that entire article because I'm like, how is this? She must not be doing it right. Well, go ahead and brief it, and then I'll tell you. But it's 3, yeah.
Okay, so she wanted to protect herself from getting pregnant. And the first time she took birth control, she got pregnant. And she has a 10-year-old daughter. And in the meantime, she had like an IUD type of thing in, but it like, I don't know, it was making her sick, so she had to take that out and went back on birth control and ended up getting pregnant with like this one night stand.
Yeah.
And she turned out it was triplets.
Yeah.
So
I'm pretty sure there was another kid in between. I think she's got 5 total, I'm pretty sure. I think there was one, another, and then a few years go by, the IUD fell apart or whatever. Mm-hmm. They take it out, she goes back on the pill, and bam. Either way, it's a lot of kids for being on birth control.
So the guy she said she bumped into this guy, Ben, at a party, and she had known him previously, but it was years ago. Right. And there was definite chemistry, and that night they ended up going home together. And she said afterwards her period arrived as normal, but 2 weeks later she woke up feeling something wet in the bottom of her pajamas. When she looked down, there was blood everywhere. After a trip to the hospital, Hannah was informed with 4 words she never thought she could hear again. Could you be pregnant? She laid on the table and thought, no, I can't. Finally, she went for a sonogram, and there was not 1 heartbeat, but 3. So
3.
She got pregnant with triplets while on birth control. It's very nice to find out that this man, Ben, and her did begin dating. And they're together now, and they are a little family. So there's a good story. She had the triplets.
Yes, it is a good story.
And it had a happy ending.
It did have a happy ending. She got a happy ending.
And they are moving into a 4-bedroom house together, and they have, you're right, a family of 7.
Jeez.
She traded in, they have traded in their...
Yeah, she was on a bunch of different types of pills, birth control, and she's just that 1% where it doesn't work on her.
1%.
So,
yep.
You could be that 1%. There's always a chance.
Yeah. So. Also, here's another thing that the stupid kids are doing. Okay? What are we calling these? The Gen Xers? These little ones? These little tweens?
No, Gen X is...
No, Gen Z.
Y
is it Gen
or Z?
Y or Z? Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're doing this thing called the 48-hour challenge, where they fake they've disappeared for 2 days. Yeah. They're faking it so that they can get their picture all over social media.
Are they really doing it, though, or is this just like something people are trying to get kids to do?
No, they said that it's a viral internet thing that's going on called the 48 Challenge that encourages kids to go missing for 2 days so that they can get their main goal is to get their picture on a lot of social media sites, aka probably news or whatever. And they can get, and the more likes and shares they receive, the more points the teen will get.
Well, so, maybe you and I should go missing to see if our social media goes up on our Instigators page. Maybe you and I should take a hike, huh?
Yeah. So the challenge.
Do you think anyone would care?
Mm-hmm. No.
Do they issue amber alerts for people in their 40s and 50s?
No, it's not an amber alert. It's called a silver alert.
Oh, we get a silver.
You never saw those silver alerts?
No,
that's for an elderly person who's gone,
I have
missing.
Seen the alerts, but I didn't know that's what they called it. Now I'm offended.
It's called a silver alert, like their hair.
Oh, jeez. So it's not going to work if we do it.
No, we'll be a silver alert. They're just going to think that we have dementia and we're missing.
Yeah, but anyone that's listened to this show they'll be like, yeah, we've heard that show. They're definitely not right in the head.
They're not right. But speaking of Florida, there's always a lot of silver alerts. That's why.
I feel like we're saying Florida. We're always talking. Our show should be played in Florida. I feel like.
Why? What happens in Florida, Amy? Everything.
Everything happens in Florida.
Everything happens in Florida.
What happened in Florida?
Everything happens in Florida. So, at any rate, these kids are, being discouraged. Don't do this challenge. You're scaring your parents. You're wasting law enforcement's time. And they're telling people, please talk to your children to make sure that they don't do this. And it is not funny. So what do? You just go hide at your friend's house for 2 days so your parents think you're missing. And then, on Facebook, when people are like, have you seen this girl? And they have the picture and please share. That's what their goal is, to be that.
That's what this is?
Yeah, let me ring the bell for these little brats.
Yeah, I know.
Shame. Here's my thing. Why won't my bell work?
Shame. Shame.
There it goes. When my bell breaks, I get mad. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I'm thinking, what did we have? We had the Tide Pods, just all that stupid little things. And now we have this, but there was one more thing. When I think of it, I will, come back and tell you that these little brats were doing also. There
was all kinds of crap. The cinnamon challenge.
Yes! Right.
So stupid.
Yeah. So, there is this woman who, it's a TV show in the UK, okay? And the show is called The Sex Clinic. And it's very popular show, which I'm sure we're going to have a spin-off of in the United States. We always do those type of, spin-off type shows. But anyway, it's a show about gross things, and you get stuck watching this, you get in. It's probably like Extreme Hoarders. It's so disgusting. But
hoarding in your genitals, yes.
Right, but it's
like that odd growths and unpleasant odors.
And you still watch it.
Yeah.
Right? So this show is called The Sex Clinic, and they call this extremely compulsive watching, which is what I say, it's disgusting, but you can't stop watching it, right?
Yeah.
So a woman, it's about alarming pains, odd growths, unpleasant odors. It's probably like one of those doctor-y type shows. And the most hardcore viewers of this show were left shocked when a patient came in to the sex clinic and thought they had a sexually transmitted disease. Because there was a strong smell and an abnormal discharge coming from this woman, and it turned out that she always forgot to wash her vagina.
Yeah,
so the only thing that was wrong is that it was really disgusting and dirty.
Well, she had BV. She did have BV.
Oh, she did on top of it.
Yeah, which wasn't an STD, but she did have BV. That's like when you don't, cleanse properly down there, which is easy to fix. Sherry, unfortunately, has to fix people's VD. Well, Sherry's chiming in. How
do you get BV?
How do you get BV? Well, she had an abnormal pH balance because she didn't wash it. Ever. She didn't wash down there. She didn't wash it ever.
There was also a man who never washed his penis on the show.
Yeah,
so
he never washed his penis.
There was a match made in heaven.
Yeah, he was uncircumcised, and he never... Sherry, please. We're recording, please.
Sherry's sound effects are great. Ew!
Yeah.
Ew! But...
Ew.
So at any rate, this made me think about Amy, I watched the Hoarders, but then there's the Extreme Hoarder. There's those...
I can't watch those shows. I can't. Okay. It gives me so much anxiety.
Well, it got myself sucked into a extreme hoarding marathon on, I want to think Saturday morning. You know how they have them in a row?
Yeah.
And it was so disgusting. I was gagging during it, right?
Yeah.
And you just keep watching. So that reminded me of this show. So I guess it would be, it's an extremely compulsive watching, they're calling this. Yeah. So I do, but I'll tell you another show I watched that is so disgusting, but I can't stop. Have you ever watched Dr. Pimple Popper?
I've seen her videos on YouTube, but I've not watched her actual TV show.
Dr. Pimple Popper. Okay, so I think
I have seen the videos on YouTube, though.
So she has her own show now.
I don't know why are we watching this? Like, what is wrong with us?
I don't know.
What's wrong with everybody? Why are we watching this?
I don't know. It's like, what did they call it? Extreme compulsive watching.
It's just something wrong with it. I don't know what it is, but I did watch a bunch of them.
Right.
There's another guy on, too, that's doing something, another gross show. I forget what that one is, but we'll have to follow up with that. There's a couple of them out there.
Right.
She's the most famous, Dr. Sandra Lee. And
right.
It went from YouTube. Mm-hmm. That just shows you, with a podcast or a YouTube channel and a prayer, you can get famous. So she has her own show now on television.
I gotta tell you, though, I thought it would be, like, more like pimple popping, but it's actually pretty cool because she does like carcinoma, philomoma, noma. I don't know what they call them. Yeah,
she's a surgeon, so she takes out all that. Yeah.
So anyway, some of the stuff isn't just pimples; it's like really cool, and I did find myself not getting nearly as grossed out as the Extreme Hoarders.
Yeah,
like the Extreme Hoarders is the worst of the worst. Ugh.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I got looped into it and roped
you've got mental health problems for watching that. Yeah.
I do. But okay, so really quick, let's get into the wall don't work part of our show. A driver hauling frozen strawberries from Mexico into the United States is now in custody. They caught him over in Texas. He was trying to cross over with $13 million worth of methamphetamine hidden in his trailer with the frozen strawberries.
Yes.
So,
so if you could get that in by running over the border, why wouldn't they do that instead of driving in through a busy port of entry?
Right. Well, last week was the drug catapult.
Yeah.
And this week,
now we've got...
Well, you know how many trucks probably get through. They just happened to bust this one, so...
Yeah. 13 million. Well, they have those scanners that can... that's what we should be investing in is, more of that kind of technology. They scan like the entire trailer. It's like a giant X-ray kind of, of the trailers, and they can find hidden compartments and stuff like that.
Oh, really?
So that's how they found this stuff. It was all hidden in there.
Oh,
so that's what we should be investigating in is good technology to scan all this stuff.
Right. All right. So let's get into the very important news of this week. It's, of course, the Kardashian drama. And I know you don't watch the Kardashians or follow them. Honestly, I don't watch it unless I'm flipping around and I catch one. I don't, religiously follow and watch the show. But I do religiously follow them on the social media. I do see all their posts. So, Khloe, who had a baby with Tristan Thompson, who was caught cheating on her while she was pregnant. That was a big thing. She stayed with him. Well, now it turns out that her sister, Kylie, who is the one with the makeup company.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
She has a best friend, Jordan Woods, which I never could figure out how this Jordan Woods hooked up with Kylie because she lives the life. Kylie pays for her cell phones, her fancy cars. Kylie pays for everything. It's like her bestie.
Oh,
okay?
Really?
Yes, because Kylie had her own show out for a short minute, and it was her and this Jordan. And they're like, Kylie pays for everything. Even Jordan has some of her specific makeup in Kylie's line. Okay?
Oh, okay.
So this girl is completely supported by Kylie.
So Kylie's her sugar mama, kind of.
Yes.
A platonic sugar mama.
Right. It's her bestie, and she takes care of her. So it turns out that Jordan was photographed making out with Tristan Thomas at a party, which is Khloe's baby daddy.
Right.
Why this girl would do that and screw up everything that she's getting for free, I don't believe it. Okay,
you don't believe it? Oh,
no,
or
I believe it was set up by Kris, the Kardashian machine mama, set this up.
You're saying this is a huge WAAT. A huge WAAT.
This is a WAAT, and I'm going to tell you what I think. Because their new season is coming.